Okay, so let's get started. A quick introduction about what we're going to be talking about today are real estate drip campaigns. I'm just going to go over very basic information about what drip campaigns are and how you can start building your own to stay in touch with your clients. So we will talk about today categorizing your contacts, types of drip campaigns, and touches per time frames, which I'm going to jump into in just a minute. So first and foremost, it's really important to categorize your contacts. My hope is that you have a CRM system set up where your database of contacts are all housed. So types of labels and tags that I would recommend getting started on categorizing your contacts into would be source, type, time frame, and some other ones. So in your source, you have your sphere of influence, your referrals, past clients, maybe leads that came in from Facebook or Instagram, open houses, door knocking, and any mailer or flyers that you've sent out. In the type category, you're going to label if those contacts are buyers or sellers or dual, where they're selling and buying contingent, or if they're investors. And then you're looking at their time frame. So there's a couple different ways you can label someone's time frame, but I normally go off of A being hot, B being warm, and C being cold. And we're going to jump into that a little bit here. And then on the other side, you do have things such as status, pre-qualified buyers, listing appointments that have been set for sellers, and buyer consultations that have been set for buyers. And then also area, you can categorize by county, city, town, or even subdivision of the neighborhood that they're looking to sell their home out of or purchase a home in. So touches per time frames. This is what I mean by that. So we've categorized now buyers and sellers A, B, C, and we also have long term. So A are hot. They are now to 1 month out. B or warm is 1 month to 3 months out. C or cold are 3 to 6 months out. And long term are anyone that are looking to buy or sell 6 months and beyond. And I've labeled underneath each of those what I would recommend for your touches per these categorized buyers and sellers. For anyone that's a hot or A buyer or seller, I recommend 2 touches per week, and we're going to go over that in a minute. Again, B or warm, 1 touch per week. C, cold, 2 touches per month, and long term, 1 touch per month. Now, touches on your drip campaigns look a variety of different ways. You can email, text, send video, and of course, you can set a task on your drip campaign that will alert you to pick up your phone and make that phone call. So I've dialed in a little bit deeper into this more specific information regarding each category of buyer and seller. So I'm just going to go over it with you really quick. So an A buyer is most likely pre-qualified with a lender. They're on automated property alerts, hopefully coming from you. They are out in the market looking at homes, hopefully you're showing them, and you're writing offers with them on homes they're interested in. They're ready to buy. A B buyer is looking to get pre-qualified with a lender, so it's on you to make sure you guide them to whatever lender that you work with, make sure you get them pre-qualified and ready to start getting out in town looking at homes. They're also on automated property alerts, so they're seeing what's on the market within the price range and category of parameters that they're looking for in their search criteria. And also they're getting money ready for all of their buyer's costs, such as their down payment for their loan, their home inspection, appraisal, earnest money deposit, and any other upfront costs that they might incur. A C buyer is monitoring their credit, they're saving for their buyer's costs, and they're browsing the market. A long-term buyer is most likely either in credit repair or needs more time to save up for their buyer's costs, and they're deciding when is the best time for them to buy. An A seller, you have their listing appointment scheduled, which means you've gathered the CMA, the comparative market analysis, and have a good idea of what today's market shows via all the data, what you should list their home for. You also have a net sheet prepared to show them their net profits based on whatever they decide to price their home at from the data that you show them. In your listing appointment, you're also going to cover all of your marketing strategies. You'll go over all your documentation with them and get them to sign that listing agreement with you. A B seller, you've got their listing appointment prepared. You haven't set a date yet, but you're getting ready. You're gathering information. You're getting ready for them, answering any initial questions, and they're getting their home ready to sell. A C seller, again, is preparing their home to sell. They are most likely interviewing realtors, so they haven't set any listing appointments yet, and hopefully you get in there and get an appointment with them, and they're browsing the market. And then a long-term seller, they're calculating their potential net profits and deciding when to sell. So based on these categories of types of buyers and sellers, here's some educational drip campaigns that you can be sending out to them in your touches that I have just recommended on the last slide. So an A buyer, you're going to explain and teach them how to shop effectively for a house in the market that you're in. You're going to explain how to write a strong offer and what parts of an offer are negotiable, not just the price. You're also actively sending them homes that hit the market. Again, they should be on an automated property alert with you, but you should be actively looking at anything that pops up on the market just in case they missed it. A B buyer, you're going to want to send them definitions of general real estate terminology so they understand when it comes up in conversation what you're talking about. You can also explain the process of escrow, and you can give them market updates for their area. A C buyer, you're going to contribute by showing them how to prepare to buy a home. Again, process of getting approved for a mortgage, and just in case they needed credit repair resources. A long-term buyer, you're going to set them up on a monthly newsletter. The newsletter can have things like how to prepare to buy a home, the process of getting approved for a mortgage, and definitions of general real estate terminology. That's your one touch per month newsletter that you can set your buyers up on. For A sellers, to contribute educational and informative to them, you're going to want to explain how to analyze buyers' offers and choose the strongest one when you get to that stage. You can also explain the process of a home inspection and appraisal, as that's going to pertain to them within the first week or two of their escrow with their buyer. And then you can also explain the definition of a contingent sale, just in case they are looking to replace their home in order to sell their home. A B seller, you can send them definitions of general real estate terminology, the process of escrow, and CMA updates for their area. A C seller, you can explain how to prepare their home for sale, tips and tricks versus do's and don'ts. An example of this would be a lot of sellers are quick to spend a lot of money in their home so they can get as much out of it as possible. There are a few things that as a real estate agent, you should be able to guide your seller on where to best put their budgeted money for any renovations, touch-ups, upgrades, etc., so they can get the best return on investment. And then, of course, frequent questions and answers from sellers that you can preemptively answer for them before you even have that listing appointment. And your long-term sellers, again, set them up on a seller monthly newsletter, whether it's market updates, how to prepare your home for sale, what you're going to cover in your listing appointment. Again, preemptively answer whatever questions you think they will have and get yourself set up so those long-term sellers, as you categorize them down into C, B, and A, you've already covered a lot of their questions and can show them that you're very knowledgeable in what you do. Some other types of drip campaigns, I recommend having these for monthly one touches. These are more fun, kind of easygoing. They're not as educational. They're kind of breaking up the monotony, I would say, of having a lot of information put forth all at once. So I recommend putting people on birthday touches, making sure their birthday's in your system and that you're saying happy birthday to them, any gifts or memes for fun, TGIFs, holidays, recipes you think they'd be interested in. Also, this is great for them. Local shopping, local restaurants, local events, especially if they're new to the area, start sending them once a month fun stuff that can inform them more on a personal level. Also, how-tos, DIY project ideas, and of course, you're always going to want to ask for referrals for at least once a month for all your contacts. Always ask them if there's anyone that they know that you can help. So your next steps are what I would consider to be the most important to get you started. So you're going to want to establish a CRM for your database. Make sure you house all of your contacts into one place. Upload all of them in there and then make sure you label and tag them accordingly. You're going to create your drip campaigns for your A, B, C, and long-term buyers and sellers, and create your one monthly touch drip campaigns as well. Then you're going to add all of your contacts to the applicable campaigns so that all those touches can be happening automatically for you, so you're staying in touch with your clients most effective and efficiently, contributing to them with education, information, and also a little bit of fun. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this training. I really appreciate you taking time to spend with me today virtually and learn a little bit about drip campaigns. This is my contact information should you have any questions or want to reach out for some more tips and tricks on drip campaigns. God bless and stay safe.